and welcome to the Saudi Tourism Authority podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Headley-Hymers, and I'm joined today by the lovely Melanie de Souza, who is the Executive Director of Destination Marketing at the wonderful AlUla.
Lovely to be with you, Sarah.
Thank you for joining us today. So, for those of us who don't know, I've just returned from a trip, but can you tell us what AlUla is?
AlUla is this, we like to think, crown jewel in Saudi tourism's offering, a county in the northwest of the kingdom, about 22,000 square kilometers, premised essentially on amazing heritage. We talk about 200,000 years of human history and 7,000 years of continuous civilization. The most stunning natural landscapes that would have no doubt wowed you when you were there. And this really bold and ambitious vision premised on sustainability for so many sectors. Our agenda for the arts and creative industries is huge. So is our agenda for sports, equestrian sector in particular, and cycling. And of course, our master plans are really thoughtful and considered. And so we're going about the development of the destination very much wanting to learn from those who've done it right and those that perhaps haven't.
I found it spectacular. Obviously, like everybody else, on social media, I've seen hundreds of photos showing the amazing rock formations of AlUla. And I thought that's basically what it was. A little bit like Petra, with some amazing tombs and ancient structures carved into the rock formations, and then just stunning rock formations. However,
yes,
it's a lot more than that. You've done a brilliant job. And we were there a week and we were busy every day and every night. Things like, for example, Elephant Rock. I've seen Elephant Rock. I didn't realize that there was a little salt food truck down there, little indent sand, like seating booths in the sand, live music. I mean, everything was a bit of a surprise, to be honest, and how busy I was in a week. My time was well and truly filled with lots of exciting things. The Old Town, going to the Old Town at night for dinner, beautiful. So I think anyone who hasn't been to AlUla really needs to make that their first stop in their tour of Saudi. I loved it. So
good to know.
Let's talk about what's there for people who are booking trips. Tell me about the hotels that already exist.
So really in line with our sustainability charter, even our partnerships when it comes to hotel brands have been very thoughtful. So we've had Banyan Tree and Habitas in Ashar Valley. Ashar Valley's prime real estate. It's also home to Mariah, which of course is the largest mirrored building in the world.
That place is spectacular. I have to do a shout out to the staff there who literally took us around the building, which is mirrors inside and out and on the roof. And they taught us all the best Instagram hacks.
That's it.
They're taking the most amazing photos. I can't wait to put them on Instagram.
So you had the inside angle on it, if I can. That's good. But both Banyan Tree and Habitas are low rise. One is tented accommodation, some of the villas with private pools, very much for those looking for seclusion and romance. Habitas, in contrast, as a brand, it's a Mexican, it's known for its Mexican properties, but it's all about communities, communities of like-minded people, whether they come together for music or wellness or so you would have noticed if you didn't stay at Habitas, I don't believe, but Habitas doesn't have TV in the rooms, for example.
Wow.
So it's all about connecting,
Yeah.
And then we're really excited to have from Curtin Hospitality, who already run the 300-room Cloud 7 residence, a brand new hotel, the Dar Tantora. You referenced Old Town, and very much in sympathy with what is this mud brick village environment. We have a hotel of 30-odd rooms that's really, I think, going to set us apart in the accommodation stakes, in that it is accommodation with a difference.
Yes.
Very respectful of the fact that this was a village 900 years continuously occupied as recently as 40 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw that. The Old Town is sort of preserved, and I was like, how old is this? Is it like 200 years? And they're like, no, it was the 1950s or 40s it was occupied. It's amazing.
It really is. And part of it, of course, retail and dining now, which is,
again,
being done sensitively. That's right. The other exciting property on the horizon is Chedi, a lovely brand from Singapore. this is going to be the first hotel in a UNESCO heritage site, which is Hegra, and celebrating the Hijaz Railway, which of course, for all those historic train buffs, will be special. Because the restaurant, for example, has this glass floor, and then underneath it you see the original Hijaz railway tracks.
Yeah.
So it's going to be another very exciting property. And then we have
And
hotels.
when is that one opening?
Chedi's opening in September. Dar Tentora is formally opening in a few weeks' time. And I should clarify actually with Chedi, it is ultimately going to be the Chedi brand. When it launches in September, it'll still be white label. I think they're waiting for the gym and the pool and some of those extra things that kind of...
That make it a Chedi, of course.
So which we understand.
I have to say, I stayed in the Banyan Tree and discovered there the favourite pool of my life.
Stunning.
They've built a swimming pool in the crevice of two beautiful rock faces.
Correct.
And it has a natural cooling system, which a lot of those, the rock crevices, the alleyways that go through them have this natural air conditioning, and it is the most beautiful, refreshing and dramatic swimming pool. It's an infinity pool.
It is, that's right.
So I put that on my life bucket list. So everybody who goes to AlUla should go for a swim
bravo.
In that pool. The spa is fabulous as well. It's a beautiful hotel. And like you say, very romantic.
Yes.
All the villas, the tented villas have private pools out on their deck, but they've also got a little fire pit where you can sit on Majlis style low seating with the fire at night, looking out over those rock formations. It's stunning.
I love the fact that you're such a great ambassador for us. I'm loving it.
I'm a convert. That was, they had me at hello. Love it. Absolutely. So
the other property I just want to plug, if with your permission, is Chardon. It's spent a lot of money recently upgrading its facilities, and it's in another spectacular location, a bit more moderately priced. So for people who perhaps don't want to necessarily splurge, it's a very good option to consider.
And what will that be? Will that be 4-star?
4, middling 5.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but just a little bit more affordable.
Indeed.
And that's very important for any destination to have some diversity in costs.
And then the caravans. I don't know if you got to see them.
I did from a helicopter.
You know what? I was dismissive because, like you, I think I do like my luxury, but these are again very viable options for people. You get out of your RV, as they term it, and you're under the starlit sky. Pretty special. And again, with music activations and other things, just stunning atmosphere.
And I assume that would be a little bit more affordable as well. So you can have romance on any budget.
100%.
Now, I referenced this earlier, talking about how there is a multitude of things to do in this place, like day and night we were out. Tell us about what's coming up.
So under the banner of AlUla Moments, which is our festivals and events calendar, we have right through the year this series of festivals that celebrate what we do best. So culture, heritage, culture, it's called the Arts Festival, heritage, the skies, there's ballooning in the mornings, which is stunning.
I love the balloon. We went up in the hot air balloon. It was so peaceful. It's
breathtaking.
Serene in a different way, because obviously the landscape is one of its prime assets, and no better way to see it, other than, of course, by helicopter, which I also did.
We did lay out the red carpet for you. I'm pleased to hear this.
The helicopter journey is my advice. Do it on the last day of your stay, because it put together all the pieces of AlUla, which is, cool little restaurants, little downtown areas, the old town, the viewpoints, those dramatic clifftop viewpoints, and then the rock formations out in the landscape, and then our beautiful pool at Banyan Tree. All of it you kind of see from the sky and go, wow, what a place.
Did they tell you it was 900 million years of geology in the making?
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite stunning when it comes to history. And you talked about the catchments and how the rocks, kind of, the Nabateans who occupied Hegra, the tombs that you went to visit, they were master hydraulic engineers. And what they did in terms of resource management and water in particular to ensure that they had water year round, because this was an oasis, that stopping point on the caravan route. Really quite, for all those centuries ago, quite impressive, really.
Yes. Yeah. We went to a farm, actually. Was it Gamala Farm? There was a farm with a restaurant, and it showed us the irrigation system.
Yes.
It has like a little display room, a little gift shop. We ate outdoors with farm-to-table food, which was spectacular.
Oasis to table is how we term it.
Yes, and they had a huge sort of somewhere between a hammock and a trampoline. So after you've had your lunch, you can just go and lie on this massive hammock suspended between the trees.
Yes.
It's just so
the
full.
Oasis is a particularly special part of, it's this 9 kilometers of green spine that runs through the county.
Yes.
And it's now the scene for so much that's happening in the agricultural space to try and revive sustainable practices. And when we tell people there's 29 varieties of citrus, they go, what? But that is the offering there, and it's very fresh.
Yes.
From Oasis literally to table. And whether it's Alain Ducasse at his pop-up or James Atherton atop Mariah, they're all trying to celebrate what's local in terms of produce.
Yes, and it's very green as a destination.
Totally.
And I think a lot of people just think Saudi Arabia, it's the desert.
Yes.
But it's not. It's a huge country, and it's a lot more than that.
I think that's right.
Melanie, thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure talking to you.
An absolute pleasure talking to you. I absolutely love your destination, and I think you're doing a brilliant job.
Oh, thank you very much. Big team effort. Cheers, Sarah. Thank you.